Hello everybody, this is Wolfen Reacts, and welcome to a theory video of FNAF All Easter Egg Secrets, through FNAF 1 to FNAF 6. Here goes the door. So anyways, I can probably let you guys know that this probably is not going to have any talking in it, but just a few couple words on the bottom of this. So, and I'll kind of explain what I kind of think about these rare screens. Because, you know, there's, even in rare screens, there's a lot of lore behind it as well. You just got to look out for details. And I know a lot of you probably look out for a lot of details. I'm not the only one, so let's get into the video. So, as the words say, sometimes when you open the game, there is a rare chance to see eyeless Bonnie. And they say that the reason why Bonnie may have no eyes is because, during the times, you could say that, it's supposed to be like an empty endoskeleton, or the possibility could be is that it's supposed to be like Golden Freddy, meaning that Golden Freddy has possessed some of these animatronics, showing us the dead-eyed image you see of Bonnie, meaning Golden Freddy could be inside Bonnie, showing those dead-eye expression. And continuing on, let's continue. And as you can see, then you have, as the video shows, is that once you look at the camera, you pull back the camera, and then you pull back the camera back again, and you can see Freddy ripping half his head off. Not too sure what's that about, but I think it's representing how representing torture and pain that these souls feel as they're inside these animatronic suits. So maybe the picture is trying to say that they want freedom and that they want to be free and not to feel any pain anymore, but they are somehow trapped. So that could be another possibility of what we're seeing here. And this is also on camera. Then you have here is Freddy. As you can see, the two white eyes in his eyes. A lot of people think that this is a marionette with inside Freddy possessing him, or a lot of people think that this is the purple guy inside Freddy. Because through the FNAF 1 cameras, when he's out during the 4th or 5th night, there is a image of him in the cafeteria where all those tables are, and if you look up, his eyes are really bright and he's looking more into the camera. This could be the purple guy walking around in the suit, luring more children throughout the night. So I mean, like, we could be looking at the cameras right now, playing the game, and you could see Freddy moving around, luring children. Well, the purple guy's inside Freddy anyways, and we like, this happens during the night, like, during the night when no one's here, except for the security guard, the children are lured around to the back room. So, meaning Freddy is either heading towards the parts and service room, or he's heading towards the kitchen. But mostly, from what we know in FNAF 2, Golden Freddy comes into the screen of Freddy's eyes in FNAF 2 while we're kind of like zzz, zzz, looking around where Chica and Bonnie is. And this could be where Freddy, let's see, could be doing Golden Freddy's dirty work. But, or maybe not. But Freddy heads to the kitchen mostly, and a lot of people say that that's where Golden Freddy is, because where else would he be? In the parcel service room? Well, speaking of which, in the parcel service room you would see the endoskeleton, and a lot of people say that that's Golden Freddy's endoskeleton, because he's empty when he enters your room, and he's lying lifeless there, staring at you, and also having the words saying in the glitching process, "It's me." So this could be something to keep an eye out, or to keep in theory itself, that Freddy, there's more to Freddy than we know, and how he's so connected with Golden Freddy and the puppet. Like, why is the puppet Golden Freddy and the others always like why are they always looking at him and asking for help from him? I think there's more to Freddy than we know, and he's more tied to the lore than we think, than from the others of Springtrap and the whole Afton family here. Like, it's like Freddy is the main part of these games, the main character that we see throughout the entire games. Because when we play FNAF 1 number 2, Freddy is mostly the one chasing after us at the very end, because he's the last to kill us. So, and pretty much this could be the reason why that, well, yeah, in another theory, the reason why sorry, it's hard to come up with what to think of theories I can go through, because I know that there's a lot here. But we know that Freddy is like the main character that we see a lot, and that he's mostly the hardest one to keep alive from. So let's continue on. And as you can see, a lot of you have probably already done theories about this, about the posters on the wall there changing to different stuff, about the local missing kids, and the end of the franchise of this restaurant, and everything that could possibly go wrong with why these stuff change. But I think the game theorists can tell you a whole lot more about this than I could, so continuing on. Why does it say it's me? Well, that's another theory that's going to be hard to explain. But from what I can know, it's me. People think that it's me is like someone representing what happened back in the past of how this all started. Like, who was the very first one, the first character, first animatronic that caused all of this to happen? This whole hell thing that we have to go through, and all the animatronics and the children's souls being trapped and are in pain and are trying to free themselves by killing the person that killed them. I'm starting to think that, there has always been a secret animatronic we've never known about the whole time, and that is Sparky the dog. People say that he is a fake because of that one thing that was in the FNAF 1 thing, but this could be, because in FNAF 2, one of the plush dolls near the puppet happens to have a long snout, and it seems to look like a dog's face in a way. And from what we know in one of the teaser images of thing that says "I always come back" or I never left, you always see the dark round image of two glowing white eyes and golden things around the face. And a lot of people think that that's actually the very oldest animatronic, Sparky the dog, the very first from the family diner. the very first yellow suit was spring locks. So meaning what could be happening here? So like from the Afton family, there was a father, there was two boys as the two sons, a girl, and then the wife of the father. We know that the little son became Golden Freddy. The bigger son became Springtrap as he grew up to be in his 20s or 25s. Then you have the girl, which meaning I think Afton family has 2 daughters and 2 sons. The one daughter became Baby, and then the other daughter became the puppet. So there's more to the family of the Afton family than we know. A lot of people thought that there was only 3 children of the Afton family. That was Springtrap, Golden Freddy, and Baby. But nobody ever talked about the extra child, the girl that is the puppet. I believe that the girl that played the puppet was originally named Elizabeth while she was living. So, yeah, this is kind of confusing. And I'm surprised people didn't actually notice that. Well, some of you probably did, but I noticed it too, so anyways, continue on. It's very interesting. As you see here, you have Bonnie staring up real close into the camera with his glowing white eyes. And apparently, I don't know what Bonnie's trying to do here, but I think he's trying to scare the security guard. Kind of hard to know what this actual screen means. I don't have a word for this, or words for this, but someone else might have the answers for this later in the future. So, continue on, I guess. And as you can see, there's the endoskeleton right here, from the earlier theory that I was talking about. How Golden Freddy's suit is in the kitchen, and his endoskeleton is in the parts and service room. And then you have the rest of the head staring at you. So there originally was more than one murder than from the purple guy. And what that could be is that could be the previous murder before purple guy. So meaning, another thing about Sparky is that, actually maybe, because there was 2 yellow suits. There was Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie. Golden Freddy is quite new, but the Golden Bonnie suit is quite old. So meaning, someone was in the Springtrap suit before it had all the spring lock failures on the purple guy. So this could be when Springtrap's suit was not withered at all or old. It only got old during the years after this place was shut down and they had to move some of the old animatronics and replace them with the newer animatronics, as you see from Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. So where is Springtrap in FNAF 1? And I kind of had a theory that in the parts and service room, then from this door, somewhere where the camera isn't showing, like to the side that's over here, there is another door that leads down into a basement. And down in that basement is where the Springtrap suit could be at. And is down there for years for it to rot, only to be brought back up to the surface to be used by Purple Guy in the future, when it was all rotten and decaying, and pretty much how it got all ruined, because it was left here for years while this place was shut down. And it was left in this suit until somebody found one. Like in FNAF 3, they said that they found one. And what we could be seeing, from FNAF 3 and the old pizzeria, this FNAF 1, this could be the same building in FNAF 3 and FNAF 1. These are the two same buildings, but it's only been modified, because you can see in some of the cameras in FNAF 3 that there are quite a few doors that don't seem to be connected anywhere else. So this could be the same building as in FNAF 3, when everything is withered and rotten away. So Springtrap and the Purple Guy, they must have died here in the original building of the franchise of Five Nights at Freddy's. He died here while the souls of the children were released from their smashed and withered bodies after Purple Guy destroyed them. So meaning Springtrap could have been in FNAF 1 all this time. He was just down in the basement, getting left to rot away to become old, only to be used in the future when Purple Guy finds the suit in the back room after it's brought up to the surface, only to be used for him to get killed in. And then this is when FNAF 3 comes along, when he is forever trapped in one room that's been boarded up the entire time. And I believe that could be the parts and service room. So yeah. Then you have the crying child. A lot of people say that this is the marionette. These are the signs of the marionette appearing. Like, I've always wondered where the marionette was. Where was he the entire time? Well, actually she, because it's actually a she that's in the marionette. Where was she the entire time? Really, nobody knows. Not even I know that. And I've been trying to figure out these whole things for years. All these Easter eggs throughout the whole games that I watch people play. So, yeah. Very confusing but interesting, because you see all these signs, but yet you don't see Marionette. You only see the signs he leaves behind. Family Pizza is looking for security guard to work for the night shift, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Monitor cameras, ensure safety equipment, and animatronic characters, not responsible for injury or dismemberment. Now that is very strange. They look into the camera. But why do they look like that they're not angry at you when they look into it? They look into it, but it's almost like they have the same dead expression. Still confused about this one too. Then you have the Golden Freddy face that's on the poster, where Freddy is supposed to be. It's a very interesting thing about Shadow Bonnie. Why do we see Shadow Bonnie? And there's also a thing of Shadow Freddy. These could be two paranormal figures. Could these be the last spirits of the two old animatronics, Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie? It's very interesting. I can't quite figure it out, but maybe something will come into my head in the near future if I can figure out why we see these entities, Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy. Like, why? Why do we see these characters in FNAF 2? And then there's Shadow Freddy. Then you have Dee Dee, which is Balloon Girl. And you have the exoskeleton. Why do we see the exoskeleton? What is the purpose of seeing this exoskeleton? I really don't know. People say that this could still be the exoskeleton from FNAF 1 of Golden Freddy's exoskeleton. What is the point on seeing the exoskeleton? I really don't know what to say about this. Then you see the marionette glitching in. This could be the marionette being restless, trying to. Yes, I guess it's an hallucination. Foxy's girl. Yes, the next eyeless dead expression. This could be Golden Freddy with Foxy this time. So maybe Foxy has a connection with Freddy and Golden Freddy as well, maybe. This is something to keep in mind, I guess. Oh, jeez. Don't scare me like that. Oh, goodness gravy. What is it? See, this is another thing. Maybe this is something we're seeing, like maybe the spirits leaving the animatronics. Because, you know, this could be a sign of Shadow Bonnie leaving Toy Bonnie. This could be a sign where Toy Bonnie releases his darker side. So meaning all these toy animatronics could be controlled by these two identities. Because you always see Chica with white glowing eyes all the time when she comes for you. And then you have Toy Freddy, which he has those type of dead eye expressions too. And he kind of slants his head over like Golden Freddy would. So meaning this could be a thing that Golden Freddy is controlling all of the animatronics. Like, it's almost like all these animatronics are the eyes and ears of Golden Freddy. That Golden Freddy is in all of this. FNAF 1, FNAF 2, and FNAF 3. He has been with us the whole time, while also trying to keep these animatronics alive. Whether that they're brand new and get destroyed and withered, Golden Freddy and the marionette are working together to keep all of them alive, to complete their mission, to kill the man that murdered them, and to free their souls, and to finally have peace and rest. Then you have Golden Purple Freddy. Why is it that we see this? Why do we see Golden Freddy here? And another thing for FNAF 3 is why in the cameras we see Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy's eyes glowing. Why don't we see Freddy's eyes glowing with the soul? That's because the reason why when you see Freddy walking past the window, if you brighten up the image, you can actually see two eyes inside the head of not Golden Freddy, but of Freddy walking through the window, and they actually do look human-like eyes. And another thing to think about is when the phone guy in FNAF 3 tells you that they would dress you in a furry suit and say boo. So maybe that's a thing with Freddy. As the Freddy walks past the window, maybe he walks by and says boo to you. So meaning, who is the phone guy in FNAF 3 really talking to? To us, or to someone else that we don't know about that's walking through this while keeping an eye on Springtrap and us at the same time? Like, why doesn't Freddy's eyes glow in FNAF 3 when we see all the other animatronics having their eyes glow with their souls? This should be something. This should be something to think about for you guys. If you guys can do a theory video of this as well, of why Freddy's eyes don't glow in FNAF 3, but all the others do. So yeah, it's something to think about. FNAF 3, Springtrap replacing all the posters of Golden Freddy, but replacing himself with his own posters. It's pretty interesting. I could never really figure out what it was for. I definitely know about this one. this was a thing. Talking about Springtrap. Maybe in FNAF 3, these spirits are trying to tell us the whole thing about Springtrap. Like, there's a lot of lore behind all of this. Like, why do we see a whole lot of things from FNAF 2, but all of this is also appearing in FNAF 3 throughout the games and throughout the nights? What is so important about Springtrap? Like, why do we see all these signs about these certain characters that we don't even know about yet, but we see signs of them spread around through the rooms that we see? Even though that, now that we already know who the characters are, because there's like a whole 7 games of Friday Freddy's out already, so I don't think this would really matter. But why is it so important that we see these signs of these certain characters in the cameras and also in the room around us throughout all the nights and the future games that Scott Cawthon makes? He leaves all of these signs for us to figure out and to why they're so important, and why do we need to see them, and what is the purpose of why we need to see them in the first place. Like, there's got to be something we have to do in order to understand what these signs are being shown to us for. And another thing, so we see Bonnie in FNAF 3, but why don't we see his phantom jump scare? Why don't we see him? We have the Foxy jump scare, Freddy, and Chica. Why don't we see Bonnie in this? Why don't we see him? Why is he the only one left out when all the 3 old characters of FNAF 1 are shown to jump scare us when we look at them for too long? Why is that? Then you have the cupcake. What is this relating to? Could it be that these little signs, could this be Chica's, Toy Chica's ghost inside the cupcake watching us? Could there be bits and details of some of these smaller details that the spirits of the other animatronics are still within the place itself, but they have possessed smaller objects? So maybe Toy Chica's spirit is inside the cupcake. Then you have the Balloon Boy minigame. And the Toy Chica minigame. And then you have the final thing. And you have Mango. And then, then you have Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie. Then you have Shadow Bonnie on the desk, and then you get to play as Shadow Bonnie. Why is it that Shadow Bonnie is so important? What is it that we know? And as you guys know, do you see why it's purple? And why his eyes are white? And the same smile that purple guy has. Could this be a sign that Springtrap is on the way? Before FNAF 3 came into this all? Because we've seen Shadow Bonnie in FNAF 2. So could it be that we were being warned about Springtrap in the near future, of when the Friday Freddy's 2 franchise fell to the ground? So, yeah. We see the flowers. fnaf 4. Then we see pills and medical. Forgot what that was, what it was called, but. So who was inside? Who was inside that golden suit at the time? And why do we see these two characters right here in the background? Could this be Shadow Freddy? And this could be Shadow Bonnie? Or could this be... Or could this be... we already see the Golden Freddy suit on the other side. Could this be the old Freddy? Like the just Freddy and just Bonnie from FNAF 1? And then Chica is somewhere behind Freddy, maybe? Because once we go past this place, when we go this way, we see Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie. So, Fredbear and Friends could already have been shown right here all the time. After we see it on the TV in the screenshot that we have of when the crying child right here, or just a kid, is... I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, but, yeah. And this is what I was talking about, Fredbear and Friends. We have Golden Freddy and Foxy.
Standards, elevation, passive, heights, argumentative, standards, elevation, passive, heights.
There's one of the ballerinas right there. thing. We see her crying, and we have Springtrap right here with the glowing eyes. So this is another lore towards Springtrap. He found her. We put her back together. Something in the end of this FNAF 4 game. No, not FNAF 4, FNAF 5 with the sister location. So, this could be one of the Afton family's children. This could be either Baby or Marionette. So, I could never understood this. I could never understand this either. We go past. You possessed her.
Now I will tell you a story.
That was Elizabeth right there. And it also shows it in the ending of FNAF 6.
A story about a kind man who would visit 5 orphans and bring toys and gladness. The man lived alone, and lived in fear that someone might break into the house of one of the 5 children, so he adopted all 5, and brought them together in one place, in his own home. He promised them to never leave them, and they promised to always come home, and never stay out too late. He left one day to buy food, his heart being filled with gladness, but returned to find that the burglar had chosen his home, and killed all 5 of the children. The man could only afford one coffin, so he stitched the 5 bodies together to make one, and buried the child. That night, there was a knock at the door. Now I will tell you a story about a young woman who was sealed in a small room. In the room was a furnace, and 5 keys. She was told that each of the 5 keys would unlock one of 5 doors outside her room. Inside each room was a child that she could take with her as she fled the building. But she was only allowed to leave her own room with 1 key, not all 5. Desperate to find a way to save all 5 children, the woman put the 5 keys together in the furnace to create a single key, hoping it would unlock all 5 doors. Of course, it did not work that way. Now her key opened none of the doors. Rather than leaving her the key to 1 life, she had taken with her the key to 5 deaths. Now I will tell you a story about a little boy. He read a snake in a metal cage, whose hunger could not be satisfied. One day, the boy found 5 baby kittens outside his house. He brought them inside and kept them in a shoebox. He knew that the snake might kill them, but could not bring himself to get rid of the snake. He knew that if he chose 1 kitten to feed to the snake, he might be satisfied, but he could not choose. So, he went to bed, leaving the cage open. The snake went to the shoebox, chose a kitten at random, and ate it. After 5 nights had gone by, the boy was full of regret, and cut snake open. He pieced the remains together, and put the kitten back into the shoebox.
That was very interesting. You know, some of these I just don't understand. I barely have any theories for the last ones. maybe you guys will do better than I did. So, man, it's so hard to come up with things to think about and to come out with theories of the whole lore of things. Oh man. Well, hopefully you guys found some of my theories interesting about some of these, about some of this stuff in this video. So, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, be a part of the pack of React. And as always, I will see you guys on the next full moon. Bye bye.